Hey there guys, today we have a 2003 Dodge Dakota. We are going to take apart the dash today. We're trying to gain access to the speedo so we can readjust the gas gauge and the coolant gauge right here. You're going to want to start by taking these two bolts out on the top, just right here, and then you're going to take off your fuse panel cover and start by popping this plastic out. One annoying thing about these dashes is you have to have the steering wheel and the whole entire shifter column out of the way. So we're gonna put the vehicle into first. Make sure that you're on flat level ground so you can't roll away, and if you are in a driveway, just make sure to put some blocks behind it so you don't roll. You do also want to get the shifter boot out of the way. All you do is just pull on it a little bit and it does come off. It makes a loud ass sound, but it'll get out of the way. It's nothing too bad that you're doing, but this is the part that gets a little tricky. You're gonna have to get back here and there's a little finger pusher here. Finger pusher. I'd recommend just getting a flathead screwdriver and getting down in there right here and just prying it. Obviously, this ain't gonna do the job, so I'm gonna go grab a different one and we're gonna pry that back and get your lighting and dimmer switch out of the way, so we can get some more access back there, because this little this harness back here is really short. So obviously I do have an advantage with this little guy right here. I just pulled on it and it brought this whole entire part of the dash out. One thing I hate about these dashes is it's a full piece all the way right here. So these plugs will get in the way at some point. This plug will, once it gets pulled out a little bit more, it's just these guys that are holding it in. So I'd recommend at least getting this guy pulled all the way out and just like push it up, like push it forward and up, get it out of the way, and then just take this plug off. I still can't get this guy off. I'm just trying to get this guy loose, so then it's kind of easy to get it out. So for this plug on the bottom, I'd recommend having one hand right here and then coming in from the bottom with your other one and pushing it. There's gonna be a little clip. You're gonna push it in with like your middle finger, your index finger, or something, and then just push it out with your other hand, and it'll just pop right out, just like that. Pretty much the last thing that's going to be holding you in is your four-wheel drive. If you do have this model, I have the SXT 2003 edition, or 2003 SXT. That's pretty much going to be your only thing holding you in besides this, which relatively you can just take it out and you just go through the side right here and then pull it out, or just come in from the bottom. I'd recommend coming in from the bottom. When you take your four-wheel drive and your cargo lamp plugs off, it's gonna pop out just like this. One thing, if you do have an SLT model or an ST or something that's higher than the SXT, or just something that's not a beige truck model, you're gonna have your it's a passenger airbag turn on or off switch. You're gonna have to take your plug out from right there. It's just right there. Like, it's not even that bad. Like, I'm pretty sure I have a plug for it back there. I'll check once I'm done, but this literally just pops right out. Just pops out from behind the steering column. you're just gonna, there's a little bit of rubber right here. You're gonna have to fold that up and then just pop it out and move it to the side. The thing that does make it easier is to take these off, just by the way. Now that you have your dash apart, you can access your radio, you can access your LEDs for just about, for this. You can access them for here, right here. But the main goal that we're doing is we're gonna get right here and we're gonna fix this speedo cluster. So what's wrong with this is the coolant gauge isn't going up. So we can see that. And the gas gauge says that a quarter is empty. Down here, we're right above a quarter, which means we're just about empty. My gas light came on last night and I was at a quarter and I literally rolled into a gas pump. So yeah. So one cool thing about these trucks is there's a check procedure for the gauges. So the gauges actually move. So you hold down your trip button here, hold it down, turn on auxiliary, and it'll say check in the corner. You let it go, it goes through all of the sequence to check it. And then it goes to the gauges. So the problem here is this one is wrong, this one's slightly wrong, this one's completely wrong. So how we could know is when this was at 0, this shot up to a quarter. So we need to fix that. Alright, so we're gonna grab some pliers and we're gonna gently pull this out. Gently. It just comes out just like that. Now we're gonna go through our check procedure. Set that aside for now. Check. We're gonna put this on empty before it goes through the gas gauge. Alright, so now it's somewhat better. Now it says we're at a quarter, which is still a little bit wrong. So we're gonna fix it a little bit more. So now that we got the gauges fixed, everything's fixed. All the crap. We're going to put this dash back together and then we'll see the final product. Basically, so far, the only thing that's really gotten in my way is trying to get these back in here. Could be because I have a CB radio in here. I think that's what was really in the way. But overall, these click in fairly simple. All that we really got to worry about is this one, because the harness is so small. Like, look at that. There's nothing back there. Like, it's really small. So just good luck on that one. Alright, so with this light switch, I'd recommend coming in here. There's this little gap right here. You're gonna shove your screwdriver right in there. Oh my gosh, this stinking phone. Man, you're gonna shove your screwdriver right in there and you're just gonna push that clip forward. Just make sure this is kind of somewhat flush. You're probably gonna have to do it again, but overall, your dash will start coming back together. This piece right here, there's little metal clips. Just push it down, then push it in, and it should make a clicking noise, just like a, and it pops right in. As for this, just keep pushing it down, and you're gonna push this into here. This won't be very flush for a little bit, but just keep pushing it in, and then it'll get flush in the end. But we're getting close to the ending point. It's getting pretty close. Don't forget to put your shifter boot back in. This just goes right behind here, and you just push it in there. Obviously, it's not the best for me right now, but it's probably because it's like flipped, maybe. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'm better off camera than I am on camera, because I have this in my hand and I kind of need two hands. But it's relatively easy. Like after a little bit of practice, like it's harder than it looks, but basically it's relatively easy. Now you put your fuse box back on, and your dash is like good. I'm pretty sure that's off because keys aren't in the ignition. Oh, like I said, you're gonna have to come back in here and push it. And there we have it, folks. Coolant spot on, electrical spot on, RPMs, they're spot on, speed spot on. I just did a speed test. Oil perfect, gas is perfect too. So there we go. That's how you take apart the dash of a late 90s and early 2000s second gen Dodge Dakota. One of these guys. Yeah, so that's how you do it. And this 2003 Dodge Dakota, there you have it.